Adani Cement has announced a successful completion of its refinancing program for acquisition of debt taken for Ambuja and ACC through a $3.5 billion financing package raised from a clutch of international banks. The transaction was financed by 10 international banks that included DBS Bank, First Abu Dhabi Bank, Barclays PLC, Paribas, Deutsche Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, among others. Now, Adani Cement is the second largest cement player in India with $6.6 billion acquisition of Ambuja Cement and ACC, the largest acquisition in the infra and material space that concluded in September of 2022. Adani stocks continue to be in focus and all of them were in red today.
Yes, Shweta, all of them were trading under pressure, and the two stocks whose debt is being refinanced, the group's purchase debt, were Ambuja Cements and ACC. Now, interestingly, Ambuja Cements was seeing some sort of a recovery because at the end of the day, Adani is going to save about $300 million from this refinancing. Now, the general expectation, market expectation would be we are in a high interest rate regime. So, if you are refinancing, you are probably doing it at a higher cost of funds. But no, that's not the case. Adani Group is actually going to save 300 million or so from this refinancing exercise. So, we were expecting a slight uptick in the stock prices. However, the stock prices have corrected. In Ambuja's case, we were seeing some bit of an uptick. It was hovering around 1% lower, but by the end of the session, the stock was down about 1.7%. In ACC's case, Shweta, the stock was before the news broke out, I think around 230 or between 230 and 245, the stock was down about 2% or so. After the news, it crashed sharply and it was ended down about 3.32%. Lower or so.
That's very, very strange. Let's quickly get in our expert Amit Gupta joining us on the show. Amit, what's happening here? The stock should have reacted positively on the back of refinancing news. Adani Group is going to save approximately $300 million. But for some reason, all Adani stocks ended in red.
Yeah, hi, Shweta and Suyash. No, I think that would have been probably a little bit of a collateral damage of the overall market sentiment. The news is in fact positive, the refinancing news. As Suyash was also pointing out, there will be a saving of about $300 million into this, and that sort of also removes any doubts about the deleveraging of Adani Cement, because they have laid out a 3-year plan to deleverage Adani Cements by bringing down the debt over a period of time by increasing the capacity to 130 million ton, and then eventually paying off that debt. So I think it's a positive sentiment from Adani stock point of view, or Adani Group of stocks. Also, especially since the transaction is not financed just by 1 or 2 banks, but actually 10 international banks, which acted as a lead manager and book runners to underwrite this transaction. So my sense is that it's a positive step over a medium to long term point of view. The short term, maybe the market sentiment took over.
Now, Amit, what stocks can see a rally from here on? With this news, Adani Enterprises, Ambuja, ACC perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, the cement pack looks good, given that this is an election year of time, and a lot of capex is happening in the form of infrastructure, whether it's roads or railways. So the whole cement pack, the ACC and Ambuja, and along with that, they have Adani Group has recently made a new acquisition in Sanghi Industries as well in August this year, and the open offer was completed last Friday. It's a small capacity, 6.6 million ton, and I think 6 million ton is the clinker capacity. But it's at a very strategic location in Gujarat, where they can use the Adani ports to actually transport this cement from this plant. So I think they are making good moves into the cement. They are strategically looking to either acquire or do some sort of a merger to make sure that the capacity increases. They've already given a target of about 130 million. So basically, they're doubling their capacity from the current capacity uh, in over 5 years, and I think that is something which can be analyzed and the investment positions can be made. So I am positive on their cement pack, uh, uh, both ACC and Ambuja and Sanghi
Okay.
Industries. Uh, Even Adani Enterprise, I would say it has become sort of a cash cow now for them, given how fast it is moving, given that they have sort of deleveraged a little bit since the Hindenburg report. I think next 6 months are still very critical from overhang of this political issues. But once we are through with that, then Adani Enterprises looks very good for the next 5 years.
All right, Amit, some show of confidence as well, right, on Adani
Yeah.
Group. Come to think of it, 10
I mean, 10
international
banks are participating.
banks participating in
The who's
refinancing a
who
debt
are
of $3.5 billion, the who's who of banking system.
Are still backing the company.
Absolutely. So it looks like, there's still faith and trust in Adani Group of companies, and a lot of it, come to think of it.
Yeah, right. I mean, not just from international point of view, even from domestic, there have been reports of at least two companies in the last a month or so that they are looking for Adani to take over. Whether I think one of them was Orient Cement and another was Heidelberg Cement. So I think there is some sort of a confidence which is coming back into the group companies. Uh, uh, I mean, it has also been helped with the fact that they have been able to deleverage some sort of it, whether it is selling stakes to external investors, whether there have been GCC funds who have invested into the company. So overall, I think the confidence is slightly better. The SEBI has also given them a sort of a clean sheet. I know that a couple of points are still pending on that SEBI report. But it looks like that they are going to get a clean sheet from the SEBI as well. And they have made changes in the structural shareholding structure also as
Okay.
per the new SEBI recommendations. So my sense is this is a slow process of getting the confidence, investor confidence back, and probably we'll see this confidence taking a sort of a going to the next level
Right.
probably after the elections.